everybody, it's Chris Eads, known online as Wootini, here with another Gay Gamer video podcast for you. This week I went to the movies and I saw In a Violent Nature, which is a new indie horror movie that sort of turns the slasher movie on its head, and you follow the killer, which is a really cool idea. And when it works, it really works. However, it's like he didn't have confidence in that setup, so he breaks that rule and shows other characters and stuff, so that sort of pulls you out of it, and it kind of ruined it a little. Also, the actors playing the victims that he's stalking in the woods, they're not great, so the less time spent with them, the better. But for the most part, you don't really get to know they're not characters that you get to know, because you are following the killer, and he like traipses through the woods and he stalks his victims and he kills them very, 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 very brutally. There is some crazy ass gore in this. It is very gory, and in fact, there is one kill that is like so insane. Like the entire theater was just like, "What the actual fuck? Like, what is even happening right now? Oh my god!" So that was very impressive. Very good makeup effects. It's not going to be for everybody, because it is, it's an interesting spin on the traditional slasher movie. It's like a Friday the 13th in reverse, mostly. So there are these long held shots of the back of the killer. It's like a video game, like walking through the woods and like coming upon his prey and then killing his prey. And there's literally no soundtrack. There's no music except for one kid's tape player in one scene. The only soundtrack is just the sounds of the woods, which is kind of effective in certain points. But it's a very interesting artsy take. If you are a horror movie fan, and you like your Friday the 13th style slashers, I would say check it out, because you might enjoy it. When it works, it really, really, really works. And when it doesn't, like, in some scenes where you're like, no, and he broke his own rule, and then there's a transition at the end that didn't really quite work for me, and then it kind of did. So it was sort of like, it's sort of hit or miss. It's a great idea, it's just the execution wasn't, like, amazing. But you might enjoy it, but you might also not. You might be super bored by it. But it's enough that it was creative enough that Chris Nash, who wrote and directed it, I will definitely be keeping an eye out when he makes another movie. I will definitely be interested in checking it out, because he clearly has some good ideas. He just needs to refine them and stuff. But this was his first movie, so you can't expect it to be perfect, and it's not, so it's fine. It was a Shudder production, so it'll probably be on Shudder within like a month or two. It's in theaters now, but you don't have to go see it in the theater. In fact, it was a little too crowded for me, and the people next to me wouldn't shut up. So I think I might have enjoyed. I didn't mind in the beginning because I wasn't really into it, but then I started getting into it, and they wouldn't shut up, and I was just like, okay, now you're kind of ruining the movie, and I want to move seats. But I didn't, and so I kind of regret that, and I think I would have enjoyed it more if they had shut up the whole time. So, womp womp. That's what you get for going to a theater. People still think it's their living room where they're watching a movie. As for games, I do want to briefly mention Sony had a State of Play video, and unfortunately I found it personally really disappointing. There was nothing in there that I was really at all interested in buying. There's a lot of PvP shooters going on, and I don't know why that is. I don't care for them, but I guess they're very popular, so everyone's making them. Whatever. I mean, there's the Silent Hill 2 remake, which I'm like, okay. I'm still, like, interested in that, because I did love Silent Hill 2, but I just worry, like, it's not something I'm going to get when it first comes out. It's going to be very expensive, and I don't know if it's going to be worth it. They might fuck it up. And so I'm like, this is something I might wait a while and get it on sale at some point. But at least I understand why they're remaking an old game like Silent Hill 2 for the PS5, because you can really upgrade it. I don't understand why they're doing Until Dawn. Like, why are you remaking a PS4 game for the PS5? Like, what? You can just play it on your PS5. Like, what are they doing to upgrade this? I don't know. The trailer didn't really say anything about what's being upgraded, so I don't get it. The only game that even remotely caught my attention was Infinity Nikki, which is some kind of weird collect clothes and dress up game, and there's some kind of photography element to it. But it's also some kind of like adventure platformer thing, so I don't know what it is. It was enough where I was like, hey, what is that? And I don't think I would ever buy it, play it, but it was different. It wasn't a PvP shooter. So I was like, that was different enough that it kind of made me go, ooh, what's that? And then I was like, probably not, but at least grabbed my attention, whatever. This past week, I finished Disney Dreamlight Valley. I say finished because you don't finish it. It's a life sim game like Animal Crossing. You just play it every day and whatever, and they're always adding new stuff. So, but I did get the last magical item and then was able to open the portal to the Dark Castle to go and confront the Forgotten and save the valley. And I will say the valley looks better without the rips and tears in the sky and all the thorns and vines all over the castle and stuff. It looks much prettier now. And I do like the basic story behind Disney Dreamlight Valley and the Forgotten, and how you like grew up and like forgot to be a child and became bitter and cynical, and it's about rediscovering the child within and all that sort of thing. And I like that. It's a great premise for a Disney game, you know, like as an adult playing and interacting with the Disney characters and rediscovering your childhood in the game and being like a kid again. And it's like, oh, this is fun. And, you know, it totally works. And at the end of the credits, there was a like to be continued, which was like, oh, there's other areas beyond the valley. And I'm pretty sure that that's actually like probably what the map of the DLC looks like. But I don't know because I don't have it yet. It was on sale like a few months ago or something, but I didn't get it because I was still in the middle of everything else. Now that I've actually finished the main story of Dreamlight Valley and I'm just sort of doing daily maintenance stuff and like mini challenges, you know, whatever the little new challenges and stuff are, and also working on Daisy's friendship, and whenever they add new characters and stuff. Now, when it goes on sale again, I would probably be more interested in picking up the DLC just to add more content to the game and have more stuff to do. Although I don't need more stuff to do right now, because I am currently playing the hell out of Star Wars Jedi Survivor. It's great. Last episode, I'd only been playing it for like a couple of days, so I didn't have much to say. Now I have a little more to say. It is still, like I thought, it is still very much the same game. The gameplay experience is basically the same. They've added some new stuff. Some I like, some I'm like, oh, well, whatever. Like they've given you, there are these bird creatures that you can hang on to and fly around to reach otherwise inaccessible areas, or to, if you've like climbed your way up something and you've beaten what you had to do and you're done with that side quest thing or whatever, you can get a bird to take you back down and it's quicker. It's like a shortcut. And then there's also like these little like wampum creatures that you ride. And then on another planet that I'm on now, there's other creatures that you can tame and ride there as well. And that you can use them to reach otherwise inaccessible areas as well. So that's interesting. That's a new angle, and that's fun. The other thing is, in the first game, like the Mantis, your ship, was like your hub, and you would use that, and you'd go off to all the other planets, and then you'd go back to your ship, and you would talk to your crew and your friends, and you'd like upgrade things, and you'd give Grizz his seeds and whatever, like that sort of thing. Now you have Kobo, the planet, has like a little settlement in it, and Grizz is running a saloon, and as you do side quests and meet people, they will come to the saloon and hang out, and then you can talk to them and get like side quests. Well, they're called rumors because it's not like a side quest where they're like, hey, go do this and then come back to me and I'll give you a reward. Like, they're like, hey, I heard about this guy over here doing this thing, and might want to check that out. And then you go over and check it out, and while you're checking it out, that's when you get your reward over there. Then there's also, like, so it keeps filling up with characters with, like, then every time you go back, you talk to everybody just to make sure you don't miss out on things. And then there's a fish tank, where, because I didn't actually go and follow up on the rumor about the fishermen. When next time I go back to that planet, I will be doing that, because I would like to see, you can apparently go fishing and fill up the fish tank, and I'm like, okay, I don't know. It's just busy work, really. It's like the rooftop garden, where you can, like, find seeds everywhere, and you can, like, plant them in the rooftop garden. And I'm like, like, I don't know what the point of that. I'm sure that at some point, if you, like, expand the rooftop garden to its full potential, you'll get some kind of really cool perk or reward or something. But I don't know. Otherwise, it's just busy work. The other thing, there's one thing that sort of irks me about Jedi Survivor. As you're running around and fighting enemies, the enemies are all varying levels of difficulty. They don't go, like, easy to hard. It's like easy to hard to easy, easy, hard, super hard. Like, it varies as you're exploring around. Like, some of them, like some of the stormtroopers and battle droids are like one swipe and they're dead. Other ones are like really hard and they jump around and they're flying and they're attacking and you have to parry, and it's a little harder to kill them. Fine. When you run into, like, a giant creature, like I ran into some wampums and giant dinosaur things and whatever, and you fight those, and that, oh, that's a big one. This is gonna be tricky, and I'm gonna have to put some effort into this and use some real strategy. Then there are these little bird things on Kobo that run at you and headbutt you. And if you don't block it or get out of the way, if they hit you, like, you lose like half your health bar. Like, they do so much damage, it's absurd. And God forbid, there was one time I got myself in a swarm of like 3 or 4 of them, and they all came at me at the same time, and I couldn't stop them. And so while I'm dealing with, they go down in one hit. But the other, while I was taking down one, 3 came up and hit me, and they killed me like that. It was absurd. So I'm really hoping, I hate them. They are super annoying. They're annoying as hell. And I'm hoping that they only exist on this planet, and there's not equivalencies on other planets where there's like these super easy to kill enemies that actually do like a ridiculous amount of damage with one hit. Because that's sort of bad game design, I think, but whatever. I'm also enjoying playing Dress Up with Cal. Early on, you start collecting these like minerals, and then it turns out that you use those minerals at a shop where the main item is like a new health stim, which helps give you more health, which is great. Health recovery. And then all the rest of the items that she sells are like different haircuts, different beards, different outfit choices, music. It's like whatever. So right now I'm running around with like the long shaggy hair. I'm enjoying that. And I, change the outfit every so often, but I'm really enjoying my cape. So I'm keeping the cape for now. So I'm playing the hell out of that right now. So I'm pretty sure next episode I will definitely have that to talk about. I'll probably have gone to see a movie, and then who knows what else. Definitely Star Wars. Who knows what else I might be playing or talking about, what might happen. You'll have to come back and find out. I'll shut up now. Bye!